So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? Come on, lads. But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger, I fear, in his training.
I took this during Discord, and I'll have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly see what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. The water crashing right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat with the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. Anthony too. See you next time.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to another flight in the Fenix Airbus. This time, we're going from Istanbul to Athens. A short flight. Well, short as one can do in the Airbus, I suppose. But we're in Turkey. This is the Turkey you can download from the Microsoft Marketplace. It's okay, you know. I may have chosen a different airport purely based on the scenery. The only reason, the first thing, I haven't really looked around that much in this is, you know, what's this? What's that? You know, now it is a big airfield. Maybe they're trying to cut down a memory or something. But the side, hopefully the taxiways will be in order. But once again, you know, wow, you really want to be, you know, you want to be brilliant at navigating around the taxiways, because that looks pretty complex to me. Very much so. We're taking off on 35 right, which is just over here. Let me speed up the camera. Hope you're all having a good week, by the way. DCS Ducks is here. Hey ho. Thanks for that note you gave me, DCS Ducks. I've been actually trying to look into things today, folks, with regards to the low approach and go around. Okay, they go around effectively, and had to pop it into the FMC. And I was trying to use FSI panel, but I couldn't get it working. And it just frustrated me just to get the thing set up. So I was actually going to do it here. Sorry, in Athens. And hopefully someone will be around to help with that. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be an adventure, folks. Runway 35 right. So my taxiing will just be ahead. We'll put the nose to the right. And we'll taxi down taxiway. What taxiway is this? Echo 8. Oh, that's Delta. That's Delta you're crossing. Okay, so Echo down here. So we want the nose to the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to chit chat too much. I suppose you want to have a look around here, folks, to see what it's worth it. But I don't like the. I don't know. It's a big airport. I haven't filled it completely with the traffic, as you can see, because we'd get 1 frame a second. But you know they didn't do a great job. They didn't do a great job, so I wouldn't be buying this one. If I could reverse time, I wouldn't buy it, is what I'm saying. But it is a massive airport. Someone will come along and do a really cool one. Or maybe they'll update it, who knows, you know. But there you go, Turkey airport. I've also downloaded Athens for you all, because you're all subscribing, and I thank you very much for that. And as you know, why is he disconnected the gate there and left the door open? Yeah, so thank you, folks. So I'll keep investing in the sim. So now, let's hop into the cockpit. And I'm using the Aer Lingus livery. I know you're probably saying, yeah, well, Grippersim, they don't actually, you know, they don't fly that route. I know. Let's just say we're, I don't know, perhaps later in my streaming kind of adventures. Let's tap to import. I've already done the flight plan. Don't worry about the times. And there we go. Happy days. Let's get the weather here. That's fine. Oh, interesting. Really? Oh, yeah, okay. There's lots of stuff about the runways here. That's what that is. Let's refresh that there. Okay, great. Have we got the QNH there? Yeah, 1027. Okay, so let's start this puppy up. I'll be very quick. I'm going to stick to the checklist, and then I'm going to get to the comments. I'll put my eyes over it now and again. But the danger is, you know what the danger is. I chat too much, and we hardly get flying. But once we get the aircraft started, and just before pushback, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the comments. So very briefly, Lord Overbutton, Evening Gripper, everything well? Yes, it is. It is. Thank you, Lord Overbutton. Flight Planes is here. Welcome, Flight Planes, and Brian FX. Good evening to you as well. I'm just reading the ones of the comments. And DCS Stocks, as I said, how to you. And Lonely Reaper is here. That airport doesn't exist to me, Gripper Sim. I bought it off the marketplace within Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm buying it now. Oh, you have to buy it. Oh, I'm sorry, Lonely Reaper. I thought it was just one of those ones that were standard. That's odd, isn't it? There's another airport down south of this one. Maybe I chose the wrong one. I don't know. Hazmat 58 evening to you as well. Right, so let's get started. Parker brake is set. Let's just test my flight sim controls because you don't want to stuff things up with that. So let's make sure everything's good here. Yep, I've got on my cameras. Yes, I do. Throttles, flaps are up, and engines are off, and the starter is in normal mode, and the brakes are off. That's all fine, and the spoilers are retracted. So, okay, wipers, yeah, they're off. Spoilers are off. engine masters are off. Mode selectors to normal. Thrust leads are retracted. Flaps are up. Anti-skid is by default. It's on, but why not put my eyes on it? Landing gear is checked down. Yes, it is once and twice, and thrice actually, and 4 times. I've got too much stuff around me here, folks, over the years. Fuel quantity, check. I've got another extra ton on board. Okay, so battery master 1 and 2 on. Boom, boom. Here, a little click. No, there was no click. There is a click from the external power, though. Let's get that on. Boom. Strobe lights to auto. Boom. ADRS. Now, what I'm going to do with the ADRS is I always do this. I'm going to put them on, and then off, and then on again, because that will get them lined up immediately. And of course, the Fenix, immediately you've got to put up the display brightness. There was one time I reset the sim because I was going, oh, they had an update. It's going, oh, there's a bug now, and I have to restart the sim, and it was actually the brightness was turned down. Yeah. So there's lots of lightage going on here. There is a lot of lightage. We're trying to get newbies to join us, folks. This is why, and I'm learning as well. Do you know? So that's why I'm doing the whole thing every time. Now, I don't know if you enjoy that, because it's kind of the same thing over and over again. I do understand that. Well, it is anyway with jets, isn't it? The airlines, if you think about it. Now, not totally the same thing over and over again, but I think you get my drift of that one. But look at, we're trying to get some newbies to join us, folks. Is what's happening. Now I was trying to do the go around. It's infuriating. I couldn't get it working. I watched a few videos. I tried it myself and all that kind of stuff. ADRS, okay, that is aligned. That's all good. APU and engine fire test. I can do all the engine fire tests and all that fancy stuff, but it is a simulator. It is going to work. You know, it is going to work, and I do plan. I just need to get the basics done first, folks. I need to get low approach and go arounds and diversions done. And I did actually learn something about playing around, making your own waypoints with the flight management computer. This was just by brightness is set. Safety belt silent, put on. And no smoking as always. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have that button anymore. Emergency exit signs. We need that for the packs to get out, in case. And let's get our flight plan going. So, I go straight to init. I've already done my flight plan. You'd be delighted. I did that on sim brief. Now, I don't know if we're going to have any issues with it or not, but we're going to wing it. Flight number, I got to put in a 01. Cost index. Interesting. I was reading a little bit about that. Apparently, you can have it so you want to get there on time and not worry about the fuel. So I don't know what there might be an identifier to put in there. I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know and I'll change it. I'll have to read up more about it. But let's put in 50 for the moment. Cruise level, 35,000 feet. Flight level 350, and that temperature looks reasonable to me. Flight plan. Let's have a look at the flight plan. Okay, we do have a discontinuity, obviously, because of no departure. Let's get the flight plan up here. Hazmat 8 evening, greetings to you on Twitch as well. It's basically, it basically is, but so it goes. That's the way it goes, Hazmat. Oh yeah, you were asking me about Restream. Yes, I didn't do anything about that. I'll have to work that out. But I have the comments open on YouTube already, you know. Flight Planes is also with us. I'll have to fly from an airport near FSIM. Isn't on the sim. That's bizarre. I'm departing from... And you know what, guys? Don't buy it. Don't buy it, because it's not the best. It's not the best. Don't buy it. Go to the one south, and you'll see me coming overhead and take off then. Peter A's with us, a morning gripper 0300 here, and I'm off to see the ferries. Have a safe flight, brother. Thank you very much, my friend. Peter A. I don't know what that means, to see the ferries. You're up, obviously, at 300 hours, you know, very early in the morning, which is a bummer. Okay, let's get our departure ready. Our departure is going to be from 35 right. 35 right. 35 right. 35 right. Yep. And our departure today is going to be... I need another window, folks. You know, I really need another window. You can never have enough windows, folks. You know. Our departure is going to be... Let me go to the top here. Let's have a look here. Flight plan, is that it? No. No, 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 no. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. This one. IV, Gust 4D, whatever, I don't know, IV. I'm looking for IV here. IV. There's a lot. IV, IVGU 4D. Boom. And boom. Let's get our departure going. Arrival into Athens is going to be Augustalik. First of all, the runway we're coming into is 03 right. The winds are favouring apparently, and it's a 03 right. 03 once, twice. That's it. Oh, hang on. That's Y. We want Z, don't we? Yes. See, I've learned something there. So ILS Z03 right. I have to study a bit more about those. They're just different approaches, different things going on the same ILS. And the arrival is let's have a look down here. OGS. IL1C. There's always a digit that's in the flight plan and not in the computer itself. I don't know what that is. Okay, now I know there's going to be an issue with this. I'm going to have to wing this one, folks. All right. This will be for your entertainment to see the shock and horror on my face, because what's going to happen is it's going to be... It takes us in at 8 miles from the ILS, and I don't know what's going on there. You know. That looks like... Okay, so let's go step by step. Boom. Oh, I haven't gotten plan mode. I'm foolish. Boom. Okay, boom. 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 If you're learning this, folks, follow along. I'm learning too. I might be just slightly a bit ahead of you, but a lot of people here are helping us. They're figuring this all out for us. You see here now, let me just go in here. I don't know why this is. That's the 10-mile circle. That's for 5 miles in. So, you know, I don't know if that's... Now, can I do a via? Is there some sort of a waypoint around here? No. No. So NDB's way off. Let's zoom out a bit more. Can we add a waypoint like 10 miles out from this one? Okay, I'm going to try this online. I don't really know what I'm doing, but let's go with it. Let's go with it and see what we can get, okay? So that is C103 right, okay? So I'm going to go, I'm going to put in, where would I want to put it in as the first thing? How do I create? I've only watched it once, the video. There it is there, so I want to have it before that. No, I want the plan mode. It's gone off now. Okay, I see what's happening here. I think I see what's happening, folks. Bear with me now. Let's get the full screen right in here. Okay, so this guy here says C103 right. We want to put it in before that one. I want to put it in here. Let me just double check that. You'll see what I'm doing now in a minute. So the one is K something, Kia, right? So in between Kia and C1 there. So Kia and C1. So I want to put it in. I think when you press here, it goes. Okay, I'm thinking out loud here. Right, so I'm going to push EE just to know that I've done that. And I'm going to put it in here. Now, place. If this doesn't work, I'll just delete it. I'm not going to spend ages on it. Charlie 1 0 3 right. So I'm just making up the name. I made up the name, right? So I'm going to go from here, a bearing of. Now, is that to from? See, that's the thing. Is it to or from? It doesn't matter, right? What I'm doing here is I'm just making up a waypoint. A bearing of southwest, south 180, 200. 200 we'll try. Slash 200. A distance of we put on an extra, we put on 8 miles. Slash 8. A format here. Please work. Not database. Okay. The place, it didn't like C1. Did I type it in incorrectly? Charlie, is it India? 0 3 right. I have to type the whole thing again, which is a pain in the neck. I'm going to try this one more time. I said bearing of 200 slash 8 miles. I was trying to practice it. Oh, there we go. Which one is it? No, it's picking them miles away. That's not right. No. Okay, look, I tell you what we'll do. Right, we'll get there and we'll worry about it there. This is sort of stuff now I want to do on the ground. I don't know. I'll just no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I don't want to waste your time doing all that kind of stuff. But that's going to be our issue, right? That's going to be our issue. Let's go to flight plan here. Okay, so let's go back to ARC mode. And at page 1, flight plan. Okay, if we've done our flight plan, it's okay for the moment. Right nav, okay, it's the frequencies in case we have to come back. That's another thing I want to do. Right nav in page 2. So I will figure out how to put an away point there. I was almost there. I know it. And you're probably on there typing away going, that's how you do a gripper sim. Page 2. Okay, let's do our mass and balance then. Let's get our mass and balance. Let's load the aircraft instantly. 122 passengers. Great. And our zero fuel weight is 56.6. I'm rounding it up here. 56.6. 56.6 slash and 29.8. 29.8. Boom. Blackfield. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Confirm. Gotcha. And then page 2, and that's fine, and they're all good there, right? Performance. We'll just put in our performance there very quickly for fee speeds, etc. Let's go out into the iPad, then into departure performance. We're going to take off as always with take on off runway 35 right. 35 right. The surface is dry. Flap config 1 as always. Force token no. Anti-ice packs off. Grant. Let's get the weather loaded. It's got the length of the runway here, which is quite long. It's a big airport. Calculate that. So we got loads of runway. We're going to get our V speeds 136, 140, 140. 136, boom. 136, boom, and 140. There we go. And 36. No, 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 no. 136, 140, 140. 136, 140, 140. So V1 is our engine failure. If we have an engine failure or any sort of catastrophe, we'll stop before 136 knots on the runway. We'll make it by the end. And we rotate at 140 knots, and our takeoff safety speed is 140 with one engine inoperative, which is very nice. Flaps for trim is 1 up 0.1. Up 0.1, okay. 1 slash up. Up. I've got used to this keyboard, folks. I'm used to a QWERTY keyboard, you know. Up 0.1, and we'll pop that in there. And our flex temp is 68 degrees. 68, and there's more to this, but we're going to leave it there for now. And that's it. Next phase is climb, fine, and then cruise, all manage. Descent, and then our approach, we'll worry about that when we get to it. Flight plan there, that happy days, that's done. Predicted wind shear. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's selective yet. Cockpit doors closed, all that kind of stuff. Great. And we got all our lights. And do we have all the lightage? I didn't put the overhead lights on fully, did I? Let's put the dome on. And put the lights on a bit higher. Okay, barometric reference was a 1027. You get that here. And many places you get it. No, my flight. 1027, wasn't it? 1027. 1027. 1027 once. 1027 twice. I was just telling me it was at a sync, and 1027 thrice. I have little switches and stuff, as you know. You might know I have the real sim gear. I have the SciTech autopilot and stuff. I can't get any of them to working to twist those knobs because it really slows me down. It's very annoying. We're not using a V or DF. FCTO altitude is set. Transition altitude is, let's get our old friend Navigraph open here. We all like Navigraph. I like Navigraph. And you don't have to use Navigraph because you're going to pay for it, you know. But I use it because I'm just streaming an awful lot, you know. And thanks to the members, as always. Lima Tango. Mike Foxtrot is our departure ICAO identifier for Istanbul. Boom. Let's get the... I'm just taking it off the... Does it have the transition in this star? Must have. Let's go to our user. I don't look at those very often, I have to be honest with you. Transition 12,000 feet. Or by ATC. So, I wonder is it in the standard instrument departure? So, let's just, if you don't mind, I'm just going to hold here. So, our in departure is IVG. Let's find that. IV is down the bottom here. Let me see. I can't match these up. IVG. Standard instrument departure. It's a clever thing with these naming conventions, but I have to tell you. Oh, here we go. Okay. IVG 4D. Let's just expand that a little bit, folks. IVG 4D, US4D. Boom. That looks very similar to what we're doing. Great. Very nice. Max at 240 knots. Okay, very nice. I just watched about my eyes on it there, and I learned something new because it's not here. I was looking here, going, oh, what the hell? But it's the next bit. Okay, so that's very nice. But does it give you a transition? It does. 12,000 feet. Okay, so that's all I wanted to know there. 12,000 feet. Happy days. Joy to the world. 12. I'm gonna put it in 12,000 feet initially. Okay. I'm gonna put it in 12. It's very high. Very high. Because of the mountains. You know, that's the reason. SDU altitude set. Speed is managed. Heading is managed. IRS alignment is all checked, and you can check that. EFIS arc 10 miles. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go arc, and I'm gonna go 20 because I'm not gonna listen to you. Flight directions both on once and twice. Let's start our APU and get out of here, folks. Master on 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000 to boom. And crew oxygen supply, we'll need that for breathing purposes, as I keep saying over and over again. And let's put on the fuel pumps here. Nothing's going to happen without those puppies. Fuel pumps are on. Air conditioning, okay, we'll just push up to low. The reason I put it to low all the time is that the fly-by-wire turns down the sound. Do you know? Navigation lights on. Navigation lights are on. We put the tail light on as well for shits and giggles. Now I have real world weather here, but I have the time a little bit behind, so there's some daylight. It is actually dark now, so you might notice up the top there the times are a little bit out of whack, except for the actual time of the flight itself. So the times might be out. Let's have a look at our APU. It usually disappears here when it's available. No. Thought it would be doing something. The deuce. Fault. There's a fault with the APU, folks. I have not seen this before. Does it tell me down here? APU auto shutdown. What the deuce? Yeah, that's not good. Let's try one more time. Yeah, we haven't seen that before, have we? So there's a fault with the APU. I just reset it there. That's what that Bing was for. Any guesses? Let's have a look at the comments while we're waiting for that to happen. Doop, 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 doop. There's that bang again. Master switch off. It's shutting down the APU, folks. Okay. Oh, Icebird's here. Hooray, Icebird. We need you. I want to do the go around when I get to Athens. I want to do go around. I want to go into the hold, which I know how to do the hold. And then I want to get the approach done. It's just the go around. I know the go around, Icebird, if you don't mind me asking you here, right? Because you are a star. The go around is going to be, you know, full power at the same time, pitch up to about 10 degrees, I'm guessing. First stage flaps up because we'll have full flaps. And climb up to whatever it says on the plates. Climb up, but then you activate the autopilot and it takes you on the procedure. You know, you plug the autopilot on and then you go to the hold and you work everything out. That's what I want to learn today, Icebird. So if you're around, you're around. If you're not, you're not. Icebird says happy evening and hello all in Gripper Sim. Hazmat's is with us as well. 2 channels, 1 user, 6 on screen, guests free. I don't know what that means exactly. Well, he's hello Hazmat, I hope you're doing well. Okay, so we're having problems here with our old our APU here. I'm sorry actually, but I'm delighted and sorry. Captatinus, Capttins. I know that's a clever acronym, but thank you very much for following. Captainess, Captaininess. Let me know in the comments how to pronounce that, because I shan't forget. I'll call you Captain. Is that okay for the moment, Captain? Captainess, maybe? Thank you very much for following. I'm delighted. So we're having problems with our APU and bleed now. This could be one of our failures, right? So I think it may have done that. So let's just go out here. God, I'm never going to take off at this rate. Maintenance, failures. Okay, they're I don't know what they are. That always comes up, so they don't seem to affect us. So I don't think that's an actual failure though. Ground service. AP quick start. Ground power on. Air off. Press push back. Okay, you can do that from the flights FMC. You know, I don't know. Our doors are okay. That's fine. I don't know what's going on in there, but it is a peculiar one. You know, I'm looking. What I'm looking for here is any failures. Now it does have manual failures and random failures. I wonder if that's switched on. Yeah, it seems to have random failures on. I don't know if it's actually. I don't know if it's actually failures are on random, or I could set them as random, or I could trigger a random one. I have to play with this. Failure rate realistic high. So, yeah. So how do I fix the APU now? I don't have time for this. Can we change that? Okay, that's between realistic and high. Failures. None. Okay, so I have no failures set. Okay. Alright, fair enough. So there's no failures set. So what have I done wrong? Okay, let's have a look. Have we got the ground power plugged in? Yes, we do. If external power... Battery 1 and 2 are off. Did I not put those on? No wonder it's not starting. That's probably what it's to do with it. How the hell did I not turn on the batteries? That's our problem, possibly. Let's have a look, see. That's unusual. I'm pretty sure I put the batteries on. Maybe I was too quick with the mouse, folks, you know. Let's see if we get this APU started now, folks. Come on. Flaps open. Flaps open. I want to see this rise. Come on. Half the stream is setting the damn thing up. You know? Why is it taking so, I suppose it does take so long. Let's have a look outside here and see what's going on. That APU. Not a peep. Not a peep, folks. Not a peep at the APU. And that is Gabwe 1974 has followed. Greetings, Gabwe. Or Gabwell. We're having problems starting our APU. Do we need it? You know, is fuel or something not going in there? You know? Is there no fuel? Is there a problem with the flight plan? No, there's fuel there. APU. Maybe I didn't hit the start button soon enough. Yeah, yeah. It helps actually, you know, if I properly started the APU with actually pressing the button is nice. You know? Yeah. Okay, so we got our APU. We've got our APU, folks, and we can continue on with the flight. So I can only ascertain there for whatever the damn hell happened. I didn't have the batteries on. I think I went click click like this and didn't actually hit the battery switches with the mouse. That's what happened there. Okay, external power will come off now shortly. I'm using this Istanbul airport. Don't buy it. You can if you want, but I just thought it was fairly lame. It's there, all the taxiway signs in there. I just thought it was a little bit lame. You know, this is what turned me off immediately, and I'm not looking at it around anymore. That's what turned me off there. This is not Flight Simulator 2020, you know, so I wasted money. Well, I will use it in the future. Hopefully they'll update it, you know. Hopefully they'll update it. That's Turkish Airlines. And I know Aer Lingus don't fly this route. I know. Let's just say that's that one day they had to do it. Okay, so APU now is started. Great. It comes up as available here, so we can switch off the APU. We want to leave the APU bleed on. Let's start up the engines, backtrack, and get the hell out of here. So that's all done. External power off. Good. Let's get all the chocks and cones out of our face. Let's go to ground services. Let's disconnect the ground power unit and the chocks and cones. Let's make sure the beacon light is on, so it warns people to get out of our way so we don't chop them up. Which would be, you know, that would be kind of bad form. You know, chopping people up. Okay, and while we're pushing back, I'm on the nose to the right, so the tail to the left. So let's get our tug man. And start up, presuming we have permission to start the engine. Start with engine 1 for shits and giggles. Engine start, engine 1 powering up now. And let's start a push back. Park and brake off. Oh, we lifted up a little bit there, that's nice. Park and brake off and start the push back, please. I'm on nose facing over this way. Very nice. I also have for this flight, folks, my gotta match that up there. I have my Toby, which is nice. So we can look around and things and stuff. No, F12 fix that. Will it? No, it won't. F12. No. Oh God. Okay, disconnect that. I know what I've done wrong here, folks. I've moved the actual camera foolishly. So I think to set the Toby up, the best thing to do is, which is very good, the Toby's very good, is to, let's just keep an eye on where we are here, what we're doing. So if I activate the Toby now, there we go, F12, we just center it, and that's better, that's good. Now, well, if I had my glass, I have my glass in front of the sensors. Yeah, say nothing. Don't tell anybody that happened. Just shh. What's going on with Toby? I was just saying you're great, and now you're all. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's turn. let's turn and get on the yellow brick road, folks. I'll declutter. I'm going to declutter. There's a red cap. I'm going to get told here. My head won't turn fast enough. Stop. 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 He won't stop. Would you stop? He's stopping. I would prefer if the tug, and I know I'm just not getting GTNX because I'm not downloading a whole lot of profiles every time I want to go to a different airport. I'm not doing it. Something will come along in the future. Is the tug going away? Yes, he is. And let's reseat, get our seated position a little bit more like this here now. I'm actually looking up here. I'm looking at these little dots. See those little dots? Do you know what these are for, folks? See those little dots there? Look. Now it's more better. You see the way that's not a good seating position. I don't want to see that white one behind me, if I remember correctly. So, boom, there. So that should be the ideal, but that doesn't have to be your ideal position. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I'm using as a reference. So that's what those little things are there for. Okay, to have your seated position, which is nice. Okay, so engine number 2 now. And number 2 coming on. Boom. And of course, this will be checked as the engines are starting, etc., etc. No. No, we're having more problems. Okay, let's go to this. Engine 1, start valve fault, not open. APU bleed on. If unsuccessful, is the APU bleed on? No, it's not. No wonder it didn't start. I'm not having a good day. So the engines won't start without the APU bleed, folks. Okay. This is how I learned. I'm watching people going, oh yeah, okay, no, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So now we can start again. So I'm going to engine number 1, and I'm going to do number 2 just to kick things off at the same time. I don't know if you can do that in the real thing. Now we're spinning up here now. So what the APU bleed is, it's stuffing air into the engines. I thought you had to do one at a time. I think that's the 737, isn't it? You can only do one at a time. You got to switch off the packs and all that kind of stuff. Icebird is embarrassed. As I mentioned last time, this is a very good resource for read docs, a fly-by-wire sim. What is this now? It's much better than I could explain it. Where are they getting that? I got some documentation actually this week, Icebird, and it was all over the shop. It's something you just have to read and learn as you go. That's okay, but you might see me if you're watching to the end, Icebird. You might see what I'm going to try and do. When I do the go around, I'm going to do the manual go around, and I did see it does have the go around plugged in already, right? And it looked to me is that okay? He just put the autopilot on again and hit this button up here to reactivate the altitude stuff, and then he just made it look so easy. And if not, it doesn't work, we'll do it manually. I'll figure it out. Don't worry, one thing at a time. I'm not going to undo. Now, both engines are started up, and they're both all good, and I'm happy with that. So now we can switch off the APU bleed, and the APU off. Master off. There we go. Okay, let's start our taxi. Autopilot set. Yes, we're on manage mode there. The dots are manage mode. And let's make sure we got the trim for takeoff. And our flight controls. How about them apples? Trim for takeoff. Actually, this is what I'm going to use in future. I'm going to go to controls here. Flight controls. And this is something we do with the small ones as well. There's a lot of similarities. So you see here I'm applying back pressure on the elevator. That's full deflection. Back to neutral. Forward deflection. Back to neutral. Ailerons. Off to the right. And we've got 4 spoilers coming up. Neutral. To the left. 4 spoilers. And back to neutral. Rudder pedals to the right, full deflection, and back to neutral, and the other one, left, and back to neutral. There we go. And the trim is, what was it, down 0.01? Well, you can recheck that by having a look in init 2. I just want to put my eyes on this here because I want to get really fluent with this. That's the trick, isn't it? No, is that the wrong page I'm looking there? Init. Trim. Trim. Where's the trim? Okay. Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I'm going to read that now, Icebird. Bear with me here. I'll get this trim thing done. I just thought put my eyes in the right place. It was 0.1. I want to make sure it was up or down. So I know it's in here somewhere. Or is it in performance? Yeah, it's in performance. Dummy. Up 1, right? So I'm going to use my trim control here in the control column. We're going to go up 1. So that's exact. Whereas before I was just guessing. I was guessing here. So now we know exact. It's trim up 1. Great. Happy days. That's to do with the center of gravity and everything there. Okay, let's have a quick read of Iceberg there. He might help us out here. I might learn 1 or 2 things in this flight. Where is he now? Oh, there's a lot of stuff there. Iceberg. Simultaneously apply the following 3 actions. Thrust lever to toga. Ensure that SRS go around mode, and then what's SRS go around mode? And then use flex for a go around soft mode. Rotate the aircraft towards 15 degrees. Okay, it was 15 degrees. That's what I was kind of thinking. I did say 10. Pitch up, announce go around. Okay. Flaps retract 1 step or as required. Yes, that would make sense to me. We did the small things as well. You know, I mean, I should know. Check the FMA. Check the go around soft SRS go around track or nav. Auto throttle in blue. Oh, there's loads to this. If FMA does not display main go around soft of MAN go around soft or toga, set thrust levers to toga. Check positive for climb and tract gear. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and I was trying to. There's a program actually called FSI panel, and it allows you to set apparently the aircraft on final, and you can do it and reset it, boom, and do it over and over again. That's what I was trying to do this morning, but I was spending all my time trying to get that to work, and it wouldn't work. So I just ran out of time in the end. It's very frustrating. Use nav for heading mode as required. Engage autopilot as required. At the go around, thrust reduction altitude, set thrust levers to climb. Yeah. At the go around, acceleration altitude, monitor if the target speed increases to the green dot. Great, because that's, yeah, okay. Set flaps as required at S speed. Flaps 0, disarm ground spoilers, turn the nose light and runway lights as normal. Landing lights as required after the Takeoff checklist. Okay, so when the time comes, I'm going to do it manually and then see if it has the go around plugged in. I don't know. I've looked at other things as well today. Anyway, let's get going. But thank you, FSPert. If it doesn't, if I can't see it, I'll just do it manually. That's what we do. Okay, great. We are now ready to taxi, folks. We can take the APU bleed off, which we've done. I'd like to go back a little bit in the checklist because you can forget stuff. Autopilot, we just did that. And transponder, probe, spoilers to arm. I'm going to do some of this now because you usually be doing this as you're taxiing. Okay, flaps to takeoff, which is flaps 1. I hate crossing my arms. Anti-ice is required. No worries here. We're in a very sunny country. Auto brake, we'll set that to max. I think it allows to do. Yes, it will allow us to do there. That's where I'm looking there. The brake fan, actually, I needed that the other day. The brake fan is here. And it tells us here. Brake fan, yeah. Yeah, I might need that in the future. Aha. Where was I? On a brake. Nose light to taxi. This would be done in a jiffy if I could use my limbs, you know. Instead of the mouse. Nose light to taxi. Runway turn off lights on. Parking brake on. Weather radar. No, not with the radar yet. Chrono and supply. Okay, let's go. Let's taxi, folks. Let's add a bit of power here. I'll put the chrono on there, the timer. There it is there. Just a timer. That's all. Just a stopwatch. And let's taxi forward. Come on. Come on. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Let's activate our little Toby here. Just gives a little bit of more realism. I can hear the people chatting in the background. Can you hear that? I did say in the last stream the controls for this on landing is apparently more realistic. People are giving out they couldn't land it. It wasn't just me, thankfully. Is that wing clearance there? I don't know. Bloody hell. Go. We'll have a look outside now in a second. My mic is probably getting a little bit in the way of the Toby, so I'm going to move it over here. And it probably sounds better whilst it's closer. Well, it doesn't. It's not probably. It does. close to your mouth as possible. There we go. Bit of viewage for you folks. Glass here. Let's see who's flying along with us. Lonely Reaper's flying with us. Lonely Reaper as always. There's 13 over there. He's taken off 3-5 right, and I have gone past the taxiway. I've gone past it. I don't know what happened to me last time. I don't know if you're watching or not, folks. I went outside the airplane, and I was chatting away. This is on final. I think it was the last stream we did yesterday. And I was chatting away. And I went back to the cockpit, and all hell broke loose because I didn't set standard on the Q&H there. You know, I didn't set standard in the Q&H, and it went below the transition altitude and went crazy, and I had to do a manual approach. Lonely Reaper, you go ahead there if you like. Do you want to go ahead? No? There is a little bit of a pause. He may not be watching the stream. Let's go then. Okay, it's not going to take it. Now if you move, I'm going to stop. Come on. I just added too much power there, that's all. Let's get the constraints on, and let's get takeoff config going. Thank you, Lonely Reaper. I'd probably scrape your nose with my wing, but that's okay. No bother. 3-5 right. 3-5 right. We're on the right runway, which is nice. Line up and wait. I will line up and wait. Okay, we're just assuming you're lined up and wait. Let's get this right on the center line, please. Right in between my legs. There goes 13. Oh, I'm wasting runway, trying to get in the center line. Wasted runway. Okay, hold and wait for the wake turbulence. I'm just making that up. It's true though. Okay. Weather radar. Weather radar on. That should have been done a little bit before, but don't worry. Weather radar is on system 2 there, and we want the transponder on, and we should have done that as we're entering the taxiway. I know that much. That's good. Flaps are set. Spoilers are good. Chrono, takeoff config is set. Takeoff memo check green. Flap and MCDU disagree. What are you talking? I have no time for this now. Flaps are set to 1. That's what I said. That's what I asked for. What's that about? There's so much to this airplane. It's just not funny. Really? The oh, flaps 2. I must have hit it with my hand. The controls. Now, okay, I've learned something else. Predictive wind shear is off. Oh, I thought I switched it on. This is great. It is off. You see? And let's just rock and roll. I think that's it, folks. Let's take off and let's rock and roll. Okay, so let's get the views set in here. Good. Let's clutter down. Okay, we'll give permission to roll. Let's set power up to about 40% and make sure it's stable. Everything's green here. Happy days. And off to flex. Flex takeoff. Flex is set. And that's the blue. And we're off, folks. Airspeed's alive. Get on the center line. Get on the center line. 80 knots. Flex is set. Good. Coming up now to V1 and rotate. Pretty much one after the other. V1 and rotate. Up we go. 3 degrees per second. Don't go all the way to the left, please. 15 degrees set. Great. Positive brake gear up. Okay, coming up. I'm going to fly it manually for a bit. Folks. 1,500 feet. I'm going to take the power back to climb. Oh, not 20 degrees. I'm going to go too slow now. Back to climb. See? Climb power set. Climb thrust set. Great. And very nice. Go on the nose a bit. Now, Iceberg, I have to thank you for this because I was saying for ages, wasn't I? When do I take the flaps up from setting 1? And there it is. Thank you so much. S stands for slats, you know, and that's when you take the flaps up, you know. So everything looks good there. 5% interesting. So that looks good. Very nice. Restriction 240 knots. Okay. Let's take and wait for that speed to I'm gonna wait just, I don't know if you wait right to there. Okay. Flaps up. I'm gonna start our turn shortly. Let's get the old Toby going here. I'm gonna sit up a little bit higher. I'm gonna start our turn. I know I was a little bit late starting the turn. That's fine. What are you gonna do? And what's our height restriction here? Keeping an eye. We're good for height. We're good up to 12,000. There's the speed restriction. I'm going to put the autopilot on now, or maybe the autopilot will slow down. Will it? No. No. Autopilot should have come on before. Are we set to climb? Yes, we are. Stop accelerating, please. Oh, we've gone past that restriction, of course. How stupid of me. We've gone past the restriction there, just at that moment there, so that's okay. I didn't bust any laws or anything like that. Okay, great. So, we're now passing 5,000 feet. Transition is 12. After takeoff checks. After takeoff checks, gear is up, retracted, no lights. Flaps are up and spoilers disarm. Thrust is already set to climb. You see it says there. 7,000 feet now. Autopilot is already on. Nose light off. Nose light off. No, off, off, off. And when we turn off lights, off. And then we're in the climb, so barometric reference, where we're waiting for 17,000 feet, aren't we? 12,000 feet, sorry. 12,000 feet. Nice view each there, folks. You know, get a bit of oxygen there. Oh, yeah. There you go. Continuing to concentrate. 9,000 feet there now. Above 10,000 feet, we want the landing lights off. Then we anti-ice and safety belt signs off, so good-o. So we're on our way, easy enough. We're going to be at our 12,000 feet shortly, so let's assume we got a climb rate up to, let's just say 30,000 feet. Come on, get it in. Boom, and landing lights off. Oh, they weren't on to begin with, you idiot. I will tell you this. It's much easier to use your limbs and flying these, and I'm annoyed now over that. There's the safety belt signs. Okay, we'll put the safety belt signs on. Or off, should I say. And I can walk around and do shit. Literally. You know. Okay, we're off, folks. Let's make sure we're getting our climb going here to 30,000 feet. Let's have a look at Prague here. And 36,000 is the optimal. Let's stick it at 35 then. For no particular reason, the higher the better. Now this is real world weather. Let me just double check that. Yeah, we got real live weather on here. It's just obviously very clear. It's that part of the world, isn't it? Do you know? Okay. Good. And then the cruise. And I'm sure there's more things to do. So I might play with the flight management computer. Iceberg. And you also know when to push them down. Well, I'm looking here. Flaps 1, 230. 1 plus F now. What's the F? I mean, it's only one setting. 1 plus F. I don't know what the F means. You already saw the little orange line on the same place. getting bumpy. Orange line in the same place. Well, what I'm doing with the flaps down at the minute is, you know, I'm looking at, I don't know what the F means here, but I'm looking at 230, and then 200 for stretching 2, and then 185 for 3, and full for 177. Where the green S was before. Okay, that's for all settings. This is an iceberg. So where the green S was before. So, okay, great. Look at it when you descend. Okay, I will. I'll take note of that. So it comes up here as an S as well for each stage. Great. So not only should I be aware here, but also here as well. That's nice. That's pretty cool. See the toilet flushing. I love that. Good luck. Let's get some eye candy in. I'm just going to remove the cameras just temporarily, folks. Just temporarily. And if you're asking, Juice Buttons is just having her nap there. Not an S, but an orange line. Okay. Very small. Okay, I think I have seen that. But helpful. Okay, great. Thank you, Iceberg. How cool is that? I just temporarily get rid of my cameras there for a moment. Just want to have my Ribena here. And we get some eye candy going. So the time here, it's not giving us the time to go there on my little gizmotron up the top there. The ETA might be out of sync there. 1657 Zulu. Because I'm using, I've changed the actual sim time. But the time should be going there, time to go. And it's giving us nothing. Here's our turn. Not a cloud in sight in that part of the world. Passing 19,000 feet. Oh, super sim. That was lucky. Let's switch to standard now. Boom once, boom twice, and thrice. I'm going to leave it here at 1027. In fact, what I have a habit of doing, and it might be a bad habit. No, I can write it down, I suppose. What I could do is go to the arrival here, to the arrival weather. And it's not a very good at 1025 in our arrival. Now, I know that's not very clever, but you know. Now, in some countries, like in the UK, they have regions, and they'll give you the QNH for each region. But flying a jet, you're going too fast through those. 20,000 feet now, and we're climbing at 2,000 feet a minute. Now, so the flight plan. 325 miles to go. Okay, well, it's another little thing, iceberg, right? So that will make a difference to me. I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't want to spend too much time on the cruise because I want to be busy. Do you know? And we could sit here and talk nonsense for hours at a time. But what I want to do is I want to increase the init. Here, I want to go into init. And I'm going to put the cost index to 99. That way we're going to increase our speed when we get to the top of the climb now. And it'll just be a shorter cruise. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to put it up to 99. I'll probably change it back. Now, of course, I could go up here and do it here, couldn't I? Speed, but you know. Let's run away. Engine. Lead. Electrics. Hydraulics. Now, green, blue, and yellow. Let's have a look at the hydraulics here out of shits and giggles. That's up here. Green, blue, yellow. So, looking at that, there's three backup. There's backups 3 times. Is that right? It's going to take me. Looking at that, just looking at the diagram there, it looks like we've got 3 systems. So you can have 2 of those systems failing, I'm guessing. Or at least one of them failing anyway. And you've got backups in the hydraulics there. Like most aircraft now, there's backups up the wazoo, you know. So, fuel, I haven't played with the fuel yet. X-feed. EPU, interesting. And I have to learn what that does. It looks, I'm not going to make assumptions here because with the fuel, you know, let's say if an engine on a failure on the right side, and we've seen that before in the little airplanes, when they have these weird kind of systems for changing the fuel to the right and the left tank. And then you think you're doing it right with the diagram, that looks logical, but it's not. It's the other way around, and you end up switching off the engine. That's good. Yeah. That's the first thing I look at in twins, is as well as the gear, is the cross-feed system of the twins, because they can confuse you. On the older ones, more so, I think. 340 knots. I'm taking a turn now to Ivgus. And let's just, for argument's sake, we got an instruction to go direct to big, right? Very easy, actually. Like that? No, I know it's a straight line. But direct, all you do is you go direct. Oh, that ruined up the whole flight plan, though. And that ruined the whole flight plan. Well, we're going to find out. No. So, just, if you're, I'm thinking ahead, you see, that's it. Okay, so, okay, direct to whatever waypoint. And there we go. It's going to go direct to big. So that's easy. You see that, how that worked? I'll get the flight plan together. So that's nice. The other thing I've learnt is, it looks like you can hold anywhere. So even at big, if I hit big here, right, I can do a hold here in all these waypoints, which is really very cool. So I'm going to play with that now. That's a waypoint. Hold. So it gives me a course. So let's say big was to hold, I was to hold on a course of, what am I heading now? I wonder is that the, what course is that? That's the inbound course, isn't it? Inbound course. Inbound course of the hold will say is, actually I'm going to do hold in studies there because I want to think about this, right? Because we can just remove it. Okay. Let's just zoom out a bit more. Okay. I'm going to do hold here at SUDS, 27,000 feet now. We're climbing, no warnings or anything like that, which is great. So 60 miles out at SUDS, right? Let's say I want to hold at SUDS. So go back to like that. Go to SUDS. Get a hold. And the inbound course roughly would be, let's say 210. No, let's push 270 for shits and giggles. Because I want to check 270. And I want left turns. Left L for left. Boom. And I activate it. Right? Now, there's the hold. So we're coming across here. And that is a direct. That's direct. So we used to do this manually, you see. So that's the hold. And I'll just hold there until I'm ready. And I can climb or descend as much as I want. So that's really cool. And I can also, let's change that then. Let's go into SUDS. Let's go to hold. Let's say 100. Boom. Right turn. Right turn. Boom. And insert. Now, see? So the inbound course will be, it'd be nice if I had a little arrow there. I'm thinking, yeah, here we go. So that is, it's not even doing a teardrop, it's just really turning on to it. You know, so the three entries to hold a direct, teardrop, and a parallel. So I'm just trying to work through that. Now to get rid of him, to get rid of the hold, you just go exit hold here. Hold cancelled. I love it. Coming up now, 30,000 feet. 4,500 feet to go. 300 knots. Indicated. I'm going to crosswind from the left. I'm sitting a little bit high in my chair here. There we go. It's all good. All good. Let's see where our folks are. If I hit the let's flutter up here and see if we get always here. There's Alex there. Back. I can't see anything else at the moment. It might take a while. Okay, I suppose we're still climbing. We're still climbing. Good. Now, I'll have a look at the chat here. While we're looking outside, I'll have a look at the chat here and see if there's any advice here. So I'm going to do a go around, okay? I'm going to try, and if I don't get the FMC on, because I know that the FMC would be programmed for that. Let's have a look at YouTube comments here, because I ignored them a little bit. Mike on YouTube's with us. Evening, Microsoft Flight Simulator is a little behind the curve, it seems. The airport opened in 2019, so it looks like you're in a wooded area halfway up the tree. Do you know what? I looked after I bought it, and it was all, I couldn't see any gates or anything. I was going, what the hell, you know? That was a satellite imagery, which was obviously put there before, you know. So I made a foolish purchase there. But maybe it'll be an update. I'm sure they'll update it. I have no doubt they'll better update it, because I'll be displeased. Some random Phillips with us. Hey, how are you? Some random Phillip. I'm not too bad. I'm pretty good. Jack Reese is with us. Jack, welcome. Hey Tech, greetings. And Hey Tech says, I think that's Russian or something for hello. What is it? Another language? Translate. No, Google Translation. Google Translate. Boom. V. It says hey. It says hey. What language is that? Okay. Dave McAvoy, Grip, don't know if you figured out how to set your trim, but I was watching a video last night and there's a knob below the trim wheel to set it. Oh, really? A knob below the trim wheel. I'm looking for something here. Now, I don't know if you joined in there. I think you might have seen what I did earlier on. I better put my headset on, because I put my headset off and I won't hear any bing bings. Okay, I can hear everything now. So what I've done is I went to controls here, flight controls, and there's a trim here. Now at the moment it's 1.6 up, which is great. But I'm presuming what you're saying there is it will set it as I set it in the computer. Below the trim wheel. Cherokee's saying the rudder trim knob is between the flap lever and the speed brake lever. Flap lever. Oh, this one here, yes. Yes, absolutely. That's very handy, because look at, if I start fiddling around with that, right, and this is great. Now it's not going to do it now because we're flying. That makes sense to me. You know, on the twins, you've got an engine failure and you're coming in and you've got loads of pressure on one of your, let's say, a right leg, and after a while that gets tiring, so you trim it a little bit. Then you got to trim it manually neutral. But in the Airbus, you just reset. You just press the button, it sets to 0 again. That will set the rudder trim, yeah. Yes, and he's saying an engine failure. Great. Happy days. Yeah, that's the only time you'd need that, isn't it? The only time you'd adjust the trim is on the go around. Is on the ground after engine start. You never touch it again. The only time you adjust the pitch trim is on the ground after engine start. You never touch it again. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that because it's automatic then after that. Sorry about those messages there on YouTube. I'm sick and tired of those messages coming up. Don't click on that, please. I removed them now, and I'm removing them. See, I keep reporting them. But of course, YouTube, you know, they'll shut me down soon enough. But they won't shut down this nonsense of Tinder Hot, whatever it is. Oh god, it's coming up again. I think if I block the user, hide user from channel, which is right beside you. I know you can't see it. Add as moderate. Look, here's the logic here. Look. So, boom here. No. You click here, right? I want to get rid of that, and it's right beside add moderator. Add as moderator. You see, and you know, you want to make sure. You know, there you go. So that's what happens. So, just for shits and giggles there, really. We have another follower on Twitch. Echo Tango. Echo Tango, welcome. Let me get my camera back on and welcome you, Echo Tango. Let's get my cameras on here. Boom. We put on Button's cam here as well. Welcome, Echo Tango, and also welcome to Gab Well 1974. And of course to Captain. I was going to call you Captain N or something. Welcome to you as well. So 3 new followers today, folks. On Twitch at least. Which is nice. Now we've got our... so, who's with us now? We're on the North European server. We have flight planes and the A320. Or the A20N. And we've got third team on the A320. Some of you are kind of learning along with me, you know. Who else? There's Red Cap. I recognise Red Cap there in the VF35. We've got Noni Reaper as well. And then Safe Basil on the Airbus as well. So how cool is that, folks? That's pretty cool. I got a great comment the other day, and they're saying I'm following along. I'm learning lots from me, like, who's learning as well. But it's people like, you know, some of you come on and you really are very helpful. Like, for example, today we got Icebird, you know. So Icebird's helping us all. So, you know, hats off to you, Icebird. Too steep glide path. There we go. This is the issue we're going to have. And, you know, so too steep glide path ahead. And I know what that is. And let's discuss this now, because this is annoying me. And could be very displeasing to all of us. Why is the TCAS giving us anything? Well, there's nothing I'm supposed to... make sure it's on. It is on. Now, yeah, so let's go to plan mode here. And let's see what's going to happen in our arrival. Okay. Let's just go up one more. Yeah. Too steep glide path. So it's saying it can't get down. Now maybe when we slow down, because I'm flying along here, you know, I'm going very fast. That might fix it. Too steep a glide path. So it's saying it won't get down on time. In other words, that's what it's saying. That's what I think it's saying, right? So I can do a via, but I want it out here. Right? I want it out here. Down here. So let's get some waypoints on and stuff. The waypoints. No waypoints nearby. VORDs. Not in the right place. Well, actually, I could do it that way. NDBs. Approach. Okay, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. VOR. So what VORs do we have in that airfield? Let us go to our Navigraph charts here. And we're going to Lima Golf. Alpha Victor. Boom. We're coming into runway 03 right. 03 right. I want RLS Z. What? What's the difference between this final approach, initial approach? Ah, that's the initial approach fix, okay. What's this one here? You see, it's like it's joining us very close to the ILS. Let's have a read of it here. 3,200 feet. The height of the airfield is 300 odd feet. Airport elevation, runways 271 feet. So 3,200. So I want to see. I think the problem here is I don't really know what that message means. Too steep glide path. That may be the issue. Sorry, just glancing at the comments there. So that could potentially be an issue for us. You know, too steep glide path. Let's enter the destination data like it asks there. Let's get that out of the way, because you know me, I'm going to be chatting away and then all of a sudden I'm too high and I haven't descended yet. So let's get ready for that, shall we? Let's get the messages here and let's get ready. So I'm going to put the, let's go to flight plan here and I want normal mode, please. Let's get ready for descent. So all I have to do is press that button. Oh God, we're only 174 miles away. No time to mess about then. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, so performance. Let's go to our descent and add in the data for our approach. Q&H, let's see if it's updated there, the Q&H. Let's recycle the weather there on Lima Golf Alpha Victor, which is Athens. Q&H is 1025. 1025, 1025, 1025. Boom. The temperature. The temperature is 21 degrees, 2.8, so 21 degrees. 21 degrees. Magnetic wind at the windsock, 6 meters, is 030 at 8 knots. 030/8. Boom. Transition level is 9,000 feet. Trans 9,000. This is a, that's when you forget to put the standard on. I'm going to put the radio on here at the minimums here. Let's have a look, see if we can get something intelligent to that box there. Cat 2 ILS, Cat 1, precision height 200 feet above the ground. So I'm going to put the radio into 200 feet. Great. 200 feet. Boom. Landing config full flaps. Excellent. Got to go to the checklist here. Select nav approach. Yeah, we're kind of looking at that. QNH temperature set, wind set, transition altitude set, minimum set, landing config. Now, the landing config, I don't know what that means. The checklist exactly. Is there something I'm missing here? I don't know. I'm just double guessing myself. At the center we have the FCD altitude. I'm going to set the altitude to 3,500 feet. We're at our cruise, so I'm just going to get ready. 3,200. 1, 2, 3. Hit the little bar here for hundreds. 1, 2, 3,200 feet. There we go. So all I have to do is hit the up button and press it in, and we start descending. Great. We'll have the safety belt, anti-ice, barometric reference, QNH. Okay, great. So that's all done. All I have to do now, right? Yeah, is hit that button. And when I hit that button, when do I hit the button to descend? Well, yeah, I'm going to hit it just about here. See that little arrow there? That's when to start our descent. I was under the impression when I first started flying the Airbuses that would do it automatically. It does not. It doesn't. I thought about that, and that makes sense, you know. I'll just glance at the comments here. Cherokee, is that the barrow box? No, I put it in the radar, so it's actually above the ground. You can put it in the barrow. So what I would put in the barrow there would be, I hope I'm not wrong here. So if straight in landing Cat 1 ILS, decision height is 471 feet above sea level. So that's your barrow, as long as you have the right QNH set. See how important that is? So the QNH has to be correct. What I just put in the radio, 200 feet there. You know, I could put 471 in. Let's do that for shits and giggles. You know. So 471 in the barrow box. Boom. You can only have one or the other, so I'm going to do that. So at about 200 feet, I'm going to hear minimums, and then I go continue if I see the runway in front of me. If I don't see the runway in front of me at 200 feet above the ground, or 471 feet in the barrow, I'm going to, if I don't see it, I'm going to go around. Try one more time, and then if the second time it doesn't work, you got to divert, I would imagine. There's no point trying a third time, you know, unless you hold and wait for the weather to clear and all that kind of stuff. I know in Ryanair that they don't do a third attempt, they just divert. Oh, what happened to... the sound went there for a minute. So, there we go. Okay. So yeah, the approach. It's not giving us that... It's not giving us that message yet. Yeah, it's still too steep glide path. So... It did happen to us before. And as I slowed down, it cleared it up. Now, what I can do here... Let's just see out of an experiment here. If I set the cost index to 5 here, which would be a bit more normal, you'll see we're going to slow down a good bit. Because if you picture it, if we're going too fast and we dip the nose down, we can't slow down. You can't slow down. So all you can do is accelerate. And then it's... I'm guessing the approach path will be too steep for that speed, won't it? So if I slow down, it may not come back again. And the good question is, how do I know if that message is still active now, you know? There's flight plan now. It's gone now. So we'll see. We will see. I'm in the air for 39 minutes. I did hit it on the takeoff, didn't I? It's not giving us time to go there on the top there. I think that's because I changed the actual real time on the sim. So we've got a bit to go now. We're going to start descending very shortly. Imminently. And I'm going to do a go around. It's going to be a mess. Did you plan with SimBrief? I did, Icebird, yes. I am, Icebird. First time chat, though, from Captains. Captainus. I'm going to Captain. I am slowly learning every day. This is very helpful, just watching you hit little roadblocks. Yes, Captains, it is. It is very... You know, I make a lot of mistakes all the time. And I learn stuff from it, you know. I got to figuring it out as I go. You know, let's see when we start to send. It's about, that's our 10-mile radio. That's 20. So about 11 miles out or 12 miles out, we're going to start our descent. That's what I'm looking at there. And incidentally, while we have that time, let's play with some figures. Let us go to my calculator here. We are at 35,000 feet. So 35 multiplied by 3 is 105. Plus 10 is 115. The minus, we'll just say 3. So at 112 nautical miles out, I'm guessing we'll start our descent. So that's a little kind of a rough rule of thumb, if you like. So what are we now? 110, 118. Oh, so it's quite close. So let's see if we're right at 112. So that's what I used to do when I was first learning the 737 way back. That's when I'd know when to descend. It's the only way I could figure it out. So we'll see how close we are to 112 nautical miles here. This is very interesting. I love it when it works. I love when a plan works out. Makes me look good. And all important. That's 5 mile, that's 10 miles, and that's 15 miles. So we're coming right up to it now. 14, see? Sorry, 13 now. You see that? 13. I was exact this time. 12. Okay, a little bit late, but that's fine. I'm going to start my descent now. And that worked out very nicely. I'm very pleased about that. Now let's start descending. And is it giving us any more warnings here in the flight plan? No. Probably because we slowed down. Let's have a look at Iceberg here. These are all on Twitch, by the way, folks. For those of you watching YouTube, Iceberg's on Twitch. But don't worry, I'll come back to the YouTube comments because I see there's a few more there. Iceberg, did you plan with SimBrief? Yes, I did. Maybe it's good to set the alt now where to decision. Oh, do I? What's that mean? So the plane will start to descend when you are on the top of descent point. Okay, I've done that though, haven't I? I'm going down to 3,200, which is the height of the VOR. Sorry, the height of the... lots of terminology. The base height, if you want, 3,200 feet of the ILS. That's what I've done my calculations to. Hopefully that's the real way it's done. I'm presuming it is. Now, oh yeah, let's have a read of the missed approach. Missed approach. Climb straight ahead. Intercept and follow radial 034 SPA VOR at D5 SPA VOR. Turn right. Max 200 knots. Intercept radial 233 for Kia VOR. Blah 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 blah. This is my problem. Oh, Iceberg says I'm good. Okay, so I did it right. Thank you. This here, right? Now, is that automatically put into the flight plan? You know? So when I actually do the action of the go around, then I can click on the autopilot. This is what I'm guessing what would happen. Right? Is that I want to program this in. I climb straight ahead. I intercept and follow the radio to 023 at SPA VOR, and then at 5D from SPA VOR, turn right, max 200 knots, etc. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So I'm going to have to do it manually and make it up, basically. Let's have a look at the destination. Does it have anything there? Arrival, alternate, offset, arrival. There's no go around information here. You know, I just don't know, folks. But I'm going to do the actions. And the actions, physical actions are toga power. Toga power and pitch to 15 degrees. Gear comes up. Flaps comes up from 4 to 3. That's the first thing. The go around altitude is climb straight ahead, intercept. It doesn't give me an altitude there. Okay, 5,000 feet. So when I'm on the ILS, I'm going to switch that to 5,000 feet. Okay? Because if I switch to 5,000 feet now, it's just going to level off to 5,000 feet. By the way, I'm looking here all the time. That profile dot, we're on profile. We're not too high, we're not too low. That's what the little dot's for. And this here's the speed gate. I'm on the lower end of the speed gate here because I select index 5. You've got to be in between here. This is ideal here. So that's fine. These two magenta lines. This dot here, I believe, is the best lift drag ratio. Or thrust to drag ratio. Best. Most economical speed to fly. So, that's what I'm guessing. Let's see here. 28,000 feet now descending. And then see if you have an automatic help. It's better to... Oh, you're absolutely right, Iceberg here on Twitch. Iceberg saying even if the plane could do things on its own, it's better to learn manually first. I agree with you there. and then see if you have automatic help. Absolutely, I agree with you there as well. But for doing it manually, you have to read, and understand how go-arounds should be done. Yes, I do understand how gyros physically in the light aircraft, right? But what I'm thinking here, right, what I didn't explain to you was, okay, what I didn't explain is, climb and intercept and follow radial 032 SPA via war. So I've just set up that via war. Can I do that? You know, I know I can. So let's put in the via war there. Where's the SPA via war? 117.5. I haven't got a lot of time. 117.5. There, 117. Okay, that's there, right? So let's get that working. I need to change from VOR and all that kind of stuff here, right? So I can do this with the old airplanes easy enough. With 2 VORs, it's easy as hell for me, but I've never done it with this, you see. Do you know? So how do I switch to the VOR? How do I actually get that in there? Is that already pointing to it? How do I know what frequency this is coming off? You know, how do I know what frequency this guy's coming off? The train made around this guy here. We have to do it manually. But it may not be right, I know. So I want to tune this guy in here. Oh no, it's on this screen here as well, isn't it? No, VOR here. Now why isn't it tuned in? That's what I've got to look at. It's just the button, finding the buttons and switches for the VOR. I know how to do VOR. That's easy enough. But I want the VOR. I want it here. Really. You have to switch VOR 1 and VOR 2. That's the exact button I'm looking for. VOR 2. VOR 2. That's the radio, it looks like to me. Doing 2,000 feet now. It's a long descent. VHF? That's the radio, no? Yeah, that's the radio. Interesting. Interesting. How do you switch the VOR? So. Ah, 80 VOR, VOR 2. So VOR 1. Okay. We're doing things. Things and stuff are happening. Okay. So how do I change the radial I want to get on with the VOR? That's it. There we go. There's an ADF there. Oh, that's off. Off. Okay, so VOR and 1. That is tuned into 117.5. 117.5. 117.5. Yeah, so that's the VOR there. Great. Now I want to fly into a radial. Of intercept and follow the radial VOR at D5 VOR, turn right. Turn right, max 200 knots. Intercept radial 334. Inbound to Cape and hold. Okay, so here's where I'm thinking out loud, right? It's actually easier than I thought. Come out and 032. So I'll intercept it here, right, at 200 knots, no faster, and I'll turn into 154 on the radial. Into, that's Kia, no, I want Spa. Let me give me the, okay, then we go out to Kia then. Okay, I want to tune in Kia now as well. Okay, so outbound, is that an outbound? Follow radio, Spa, VOR. So obviously that's an outbound track of 032. Or, I thought it meant radial. QDM or QDR, you know? Then, 5 miles out, we take a right turn onto Kia. Right? And hold. So I just looked at that. Okay, so VR2, we want VOR as well. How do we tune that one in? VOR2. Give me a VR2 here. VR1, VR2. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Things and stuff are happening. The frequency for Kia is 115.0. 115.0. 115.0 for number 2, please. Boom. Course, I want 154. Oh, this is great. 154. Boom. Course outbound for as for the flight plan. I gotta be quick here. If I get this on seatbelt or not, I can tell you that much. Outbound 032. It's straight ahead, but how do I set the QDM QDR? That's what I'm thinking. 132. Course 132. Boom. $15,000 feet now to go. Let's arm approach mode. Too steep glide path. Bugger. Okay. Let's go to nav and check out where we are. Oh, it actually overflies here as well. Okay, let's go back. That's all I can do now for that. It's telling us we're on speed and all. It's telling us we're on speed. Feet though. We're 23 miles away. Okay, so hopefully I've set that up right there. Now, Iceberg, I'm just going to read up what you set there. I'm sorry, because mine was gone. Iceberg, not 123, 132. Have I done that? One, 3, 2. Not 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. Did I say 1, 2, 3? Not. But 0, 3. Okay, we've got 20 miles to go. Right. Let's review that. So we're going to come outbound on 032 on Spa. Right? 032 on Spa. Oh shit, they're both in Kia now. What the hell? No, no, no. Spa I want in there. 117.5. And of course 032. There's Kia. 117.5, 117.5, and for Kia, on number 2 is 115.0. Okay, Alright, I think we may fix that, thank you. It's telling us we're all good here. You know, it's telling us we're all good. 17 miles out now, better start concentrating. So that's a little bit of an interesting learning curve. Let's see just what you're saying there, and let's activate the approach phase a little bit early so we slow down. Right, flight plan. Probe. Performance. Activate approach phase. Confirm approach phase. That'll slow us down. Okay. Descent. PC attitude. Safety belt sign. Put the safety belt signs on now. Passing 10,000 feet. Safety belt signs on. And the most important thing is, because I was chatting, we want 1025 once. 1025 twice. God damn you. Damn it! No! One 025 twice. There's the runway out to my right. I can see it in the corner of my eye. Safety belt sign on. I know I'm a bit late doing all this, folks. Oh, I already put it on. I'm going to intercept now. 90 degrees. We're going to intercept the ILS. It's not giving us any messages here with regards to the ILS, and it is giving us too steep a glide path. Let's just see how it works out, shall we? Choose the buttons you always. Kick off now. Let's get all the cameras going, and let's get the recorder going. I know I'm going to go around, but let's get it out because I'm going to be busy. And we are recording, folks. And let's get the cameras going. Boom. Oh, boom. And boom. There we go. Okay. 7,000 feet now. 14 miles out. Oh, this is not so bad. So, I must have mismanaged that there. So I see here now we got VR1 Spa coming out. And we got Kia, which is down to the north, south of us. Well, no, it's not 090-ish, eastish. And we got there. So that's going to help. That's going to help. So it looks like we're going to do... And what I'm going to do is... Yeah, I'm going to do a full go around. I'm not going to touch down or anything. 1025, let's check the QNH here very quickly. 1025 still. Okay, great. No change in pressure. Now we're starting our turn on to final. 5,800 feet. 13 miles out. Okay. That's interesting. I thought it would be much less. I must have misread something there, and it looks like we're going to come from below the glide slope, which I like. There's one of the boys that are coming into land. So let's have a last look at what Icebird is saying there. I think Vero 1 to Vero 2. Yeah, Icebird, and then hold. I would program into the FMC. You can do it manually, but that's another session. Oh, I can do it now. Well, I can do it when I'm approaching the hold. Well, you see this, Icebird. I'm going to get the hold in. Well, you see. We'll get that in. We'll see how I manage all the madness, shall we? So there is... Spa is now looking at runway direction. Great, so that's in. And then as... I'm going to pretend... flaps 1 there a little bit early. I know, I did look over here. 215. Or I'm a little bit fast. I know, it's not good. Okay, flaps 1. Let's get our checklist done. Sent ND range constraints are displayed. ILS, we confirm the frequencies. Intercepting heading, yeah. Approach mode. Approach mode is on. Approach mode is on. Local IRL glide slope is captured. 9.6 miles to go. 10 miles out, flaps 1, which I've done. And the rest is memory items. Okay. Okay. Flaps 2. Oh, was it a bit early there? Flaps 2. Dang. Oh yeah, I see. It is too steep of an approach path. Because we should be going a lot slower than that. Let's play with some brakes, shall we? Let's play with some brakes there, shall we? I'm not taking my finger off it. Oh yeah, you were talking about the S. There's the S there.
2,500.
2 flaps. Gear coming down. Gear coming down. They're in the red. They're in transition now. And I want my brakes. Auto brake on. Arm this puppy. All the lights are on. Flaps 3 and 185 speed checks. Okay, so I did see the S. What does the F mean though? Full flaps. Does that match up? 177 knots, but it depends on weights and stuff. Oh yeah, so full flaps now. We're full flaps. Everything's going well. Our go-around altitude is... for the missed approach, 5,000 feet. I'm going to set that now.
1,000.
This is great fun. This is VOR stuff, and that's what I did quite a lot in the past. It's a shame there's no VORs where I live at all. 1,000 feet to go. Great, we're all good. Gears down. Alright, gears down. Spoilers are armed. Auto brake is on. Lights are all set. And we're good for the approach, folks. We're good for the approach. Can't get any tags up. There's a nice runway in front of us. A lovely evening. I could have done with this go around the other day. So I'm going to go toga power and pull up to 15 degrees. Take up the gear and then flaps up 1, up to 3. On the little aircraft, you won't descend with... On the Cessnas 172s, you won't descend with 30 degrees of... You won't climb with 30 degrees of flaps. Well, you will at about 50 feet a minute, because it happened to me once. You certainly won't climb with full flaps in a Cessna. You know, and I'll tell you, it was a scary day. It was a scary moment. I was kind of cool about it during and after, and it was all fine. Do you know?
500.
So I so want to land now, but I know I won't. I won't. I won't. Let's just say we disconnected the autopilot there and we were doing our things and stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna wait till the last minute to go around. Earlier the better in the go around, folks, by the way. I'm just bringing it to the max. Okay, big shift in wind, crazy madness. Full power up to toga, pitching up for 15 degrees. Flaps up, gear coming up. I don't know if that's the right order. A manual now. Will this work? I'm not copying the guy that did this. No. Okay, we'll have to do it manually. Climbing straight ahead. No! Buttons, please! No! 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 Don't that, please. Okay, see, I thought I could arm this for the go around. Obviously not. Back to climb. Flaps up one more. Pitching up too much. I gotta concentrate here now. Please, buttons, please. Good dog. Thank you. A level of 5,000 feet. But what I can do... is go heading mode. It's not gonna... See, it has everything here, look. It has everything there, iceberg, right? But how do I activate the actual autopilot for that? Sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. It says go around track. So how do I activate that, you know? Damn it, 5,000 feet. So I'll have to do it manually, I guess. You know? Flaps now up. It's climb power set, yes it is. So I'll have to manually turn it. Iceport in green, activate autopilot. Activate autopilot. You have deactivated, then it should fly on its own. Iceport, 200 knot constraint. 200 knot constraint. Okay, so let's turn on to why is it turning? Why is it turning? It ain't turning. Turn manually. Okay. Buttons, please, for the love of God. Why do you always do this when things are busy? Why produce the buttons? Why would you do such a thing to me? It's climbing now. Get down to the 5,000 feet. Less is more. See, the producer buttons can hear the tone of my voice. And she gets all giddy and active. You know, now I'm a little bit off the course, but you know, now let's get that pitch sorted for 5,000 feet. Does that look about 7 degrees there? Will that do? Okay, the hold buttons. You know what? Let's get my. I can't read the comments next. I'm so busy. Kia. Let's go direct to Kia. Right. Direct. Kia. Boom. Autopilot. What is going on here? Direct. I selected the wrong Kia. How did I do that? Direct. There's 2 Kias there, so that looks. See the track here? That looks correct as the VOR, so somehow I selected the wrong one, which is annoying. There's Kia there, okay, and I knew I was turning the wrong way. I was going, you saw my face going, what? It's going the wrong way. So I got the autopilot on, that's all good. We're 5,000 feet and happy days. So let's set up the hold at Kia now. I'd love to know why I selected the wrong one. Well, I do realise now that there could be lots of places called Kia. Let's have a look and see what you're saying in the comments there. Ah, sorry. I'm sorry. Now I'm definitely going correct to Kia. Let's just have a look there at the comments. This is what I have to put up with, folks. Let's just get that hold organised, folks, and then we'll think about the rest, okay? So, flight plan. Kia. Hold. We want to hold at Kia. A track of 335. Inbound course, that makes sense to me. 335. Boom. We want turns to the right. Yeah, insert. Boom. Done. So we got the hold in. We'll fly direct to Kia. Our speed is good. And then we can relax for a little bit. So a bit of a go around there, folks. Not the best in the world, but my first ever go around procedure, and I don't really know what I'm doing. But we didn't die horribly. Just the buttons is unimpressed. And then we're going to come in and sort out how we're going to do approach again. So I'm going to figure that out on the fly. Now, if I don't figure it out, I get rid of those things there now. That's something new now I've learned, and that's great. Actually, we can go direct now to Charlie India Oscar 3 right. So when we get to the hold, well, let's just do one hold. Let's do one hold. I'm going to take the cameras off for the minute, if that's okay with you. I'm sure it is. I'm going to read the comments. 1, 2, and I'll see you very shortly back with my face. Producer buttons. Do you know what, guys? While we're on our way to the VOR, I'm going to get producer buttons a treat. It's just driving me up the wall and really making things more complicated. Come on, producer buttons. We're going to get your treat. Come on. Come on, producer buttons. Treat. I'll have to get the camera off. Look how excited you used to get a treat. Come on, buttons. Everyone hit the like button if you get a treat. Come on, let's go and do that. Come on. Treat for little Joe. Oh, I see you're chewing up my jumper. Brilliant. Well done. I love it when you do that, buttons. Now, folks, these are cool treats. I got these in the vet the other day, and the dogs love them. They're really crunchy. And the dogs just love them. Sorry, I know you couldn't hear me there. Okay, so we got quite a way to the hold, you know. Okay, now let's see what Icebird is saying here. Let's get the chat open. And let's see what I did wrong. You see the S green and the little orange line. Iceberg at 200 feet, I think. Auto brakes not armed. Yeah, I armed them though, a bit too late. And you have 200 knots constraint. Yeah, I fixed that though in the end. See, it says go around track. You know what? I have to be honest with you. I didn't see that. In green. And he says activate the autopilot. Oh, so I'm guessing when it says go around track, activate the autopilot, then as you've you have deactivated it, he says, then it should fly on its own. Turn manually then, because he knew I was behind the whole thing. It doesn't seem to do it. Oh, okay, so it wasn't me. Icebird, with manually I meant keep the autopilot on, tune in 154 and pull the heading knob. And I did that after you said that. Because I didn't read all this, Icebird. Yeah, push. Always manage, like here, do it yourself. And pull is always let me do it. Yes, the way I think of the autopilot there, folks, is, and Icebird's absolutely right there, is these buttons you push and pull them. Alright, so if I want to change my heading here, if I pull it, see the up arrow? That's pushing it in. So aircraft look after, do everything, basically. Right, manage mode, aircraft manage. If I pull it towards me, it's me. Now I see I can change all the headings and stuff, so put it into manage mode. Boom. See the way as well that all the lines there, they're all broken. Okay, so in is to manage mode, so it's going to do the hold. A direct, that looks like a direct. Oh no, hang on, is it? That's a parallel. Let me just have a look here. Yes, we're doing a parallel join or a teardrop. Okay, so we should be coming in this way. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Boom. Now, there's a lot more to this, I know, and I haven't done this myself for a while, but how do you approach? So there's no little arrow. It would be great if they had arrows here, but we should actually be doing the hold this way. Okay, so how do you enter? We're doing it looks like a teardrop approach or parallel. So we're coming in the opposite heading, and then we're turning into it, and then we're going around the hold the proper way. So that's what's happening there. It's actually, I wish I had that back in the day. So there's lots of joins. So if I was coming in here, you know, what would I do? I suppose you just bring it around. It's kind of not really a direct. That'd be a direct here. Right. This is obviously a parallel. Would this be a... I'm just trying to get back to... It'll be the same. You come out and come back in. Yeah. So, there's 3 different entries. So, there you go. So, that's what it's doing there. Now I know. Now I know what's happening. And Iceberg is actually right. He's saying you should be able to do this manually first, mate. And you're right. That's why. You know, you should know your IR stuff. So I'm going to come around the hold once. Now, let's see what you're all saying. Also, the point next to the value tells you managed. Angry Gamer, greetings, or Ann Dairy Gamer 07, welcome. He says, may I join the flight with you on Sunday if you have anything to do? Always, of course. Join us on Sunday in the North European server. Everyone's welcome. There's no paywall or anything like that. There's no nonsense. You don't have to give us all your details or emails and things like that. Just join us on Sunday. Absolutely, you're very welcome. If I could just pronounce your name, ANE or DY Gamer 07. Andre Gamer, perhaps. That's on Twitch. Let's have a look at YouTube. Sorry about that. There's more nonsense there. Let me get rid of that damn hide user on this channel. Yeah. Cheddar Keys with us. Gripper, go around was perfect, except you should have engaged the autopilot. You then must push heading knob in to engage nav. So I slow doing that then, I would say. I'll read the comment there from Cheddar Key before. Tip, when entering VORs in radio nav page, enter the VOR code, e.g. dub for Dublin. Don't enter the VOR frequency. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that, Cheddar Key. I'm learning a lot today. Before that, Cheddar Key says, no sitting on sofa having a cup of coffee. You know, I was busy done today. Great. Cheddar Key, thank you so much. And you're telling me how to do it as well. Brilliant. I'll get rid of that nonsense there as well. Yeah, it just didn't work for me. Gripper, Cheddar Key also says, look, the best speed brake is the landing gear. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So we're coming down one trip in the hold. Let's have a look outside. And let's manage the approach. So I'm not too sure how to do the next bit. But I have an idea. Right? I have an idea. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. So, can we... Well, maybe we can just delete the discontinuity. Let's have a look at the plates here. Oh, I don't want to go direct to Spa. Charlie, this guy here, if I go direct to Charlie 103 right. Is that 10 miles out? I think it is. Does it tell me? Constraint, delete up to Kia. I don't know what that... I don't know what that is. That's another day's work. Now we're joining the hold proper. Look. So we came in this way. We did the teardrop, or the parallel if you like. Came in. Now we're going to go around the hold. So it should take a minute at each turn. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to hit the chrono button. So 1 hour 21 minutes flying. I'm going to hit the chrono button. So 30 seconds here, 30 seconds downwind leg, 30 seconds here, and 30 seconds in. So there's the hold proper now, right? So if I just zoom in a little bit, I'm zoomed in as much as I can. So I'm going to hit the chrono right at Kia. And on the downwind leg into Kia, I'm going to go direct for my approach again. So start the corner about now, start the turn. So in 30 seconds we should be a beam Kia. And that's the way we used to do it. And they still do it manually in the twins, you know. And in the IR4 flying. Now, it may not be the same. No. Oh no, sorry, it's 1 minute. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah, so it's 4 minutes to do the hold. So a minute would be a beam, I'm hoping. Correction. I know I'm late doing all this stuff. Leave the safety belt signs on. So let's see, 51 seconds, not bad. Yeah, so it's still the same. Of course it is. I'm sure the holes are different in jets. I'm sure there's different times and stuff. Now. What? Okay, we'll okay, let's go direct there, right? So we're in the hole. Let's not stay in the hole too long, right? I don't know why it has this. It's done it automatically. Has it? No. No, it hasn't. That's just the heading. Okay, it's come out of the hole. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm going to go direct to here. Insert. I prefer to do downwind, but what are you going to do? So let's have a look at that. Yeah, a little bit of a sharp turn there.